go. We are live. Say hello, Heidi.
Hi.
All right. Let's make sure it's set up right. It looks like it's a pretty decent angle.
I'm going to face in like this.
Yeah. Boom. Well, and the best part is that I can just edit this out afterwards, too.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody's watching live right now, they can see that. But
Is it good? You can see both of us?
yeah. Yeah, we got both of the seats in here.
All right. Well, good afternoon, Mark Holly and
Heidi Holly.
with Gears of Success, our own Genetics group that mostly born out of Heidi's ambition and hustle. So we decided to start our Gears of Success group, and today is our launch party.
Woo!
And we're out here. We're out here in the Bryn Mawr neighborhood, just off of 394 and Penn Avenue in Minneapolis. Thanks to the Uptown Plumbing and Heating community gathering space, they let us rent this place out for this event. So it's a real shout out to them. Thank you for that, Uptown Plumbing and Heating. And anyways, yeah, so we're out here live. The event's running from 1:30 until 3:30. Yep. So getting our vibes out right now and seeing how we go. So. Anyways, Heidi, let's just start with Heidi's story, because Heidi's actually the one that got me started on Isogenics. And she was doing it before I even met her, I think. But she can actually take that over, because this is Heidi's story. And then I'll just feed into mine about why Isogenics.
Yeah, so why I chose Isogenics is because I was looking for something else. So I have pretty much always maintained like 2 to 3 jobs. My life's always been crazy busy, working long hours, working 7 days a week. And I was looking from both sides of, I needed nutrition and something to give me a quick, fast meal while I was either on the road or between jobs. And then the other thing I was looking for is I was looking for an opportunity to make different kind of money and maybe extra money or extra income.
Oh, yeah.
So I have actually played around with some network marketing companies in the past, and for whatever reason, they just didn't work out for my life. So I tried them a long time ago, and then I kind of gave up on the fact of doing those things, and I was just like, whatever, I'll find a company if I find a company, because I'm all about things happening organically. So I ran into a friend, and I started contracting out of a doctor's office offering eyelash extensions, and I noticed he offered it in his office for his patients that were doing laser liposuction, and he was like, this is a good way for them to maintain their weight after and before, and we want to make sure they get a healthy lifestyle. So one company I hadn't tried yet, so I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Isogenics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so one other reason I didn't like some of the other companies in the past, nothing saying bad about them, but my stomach never received the shakes or the meal replacement shakes very well. I'd always get really a lot of bloat, and they just wouldn't sit well. So when this Isogenics came, I was like, okay, I'll try it. It's a 30-day money-back guarantee. What do I have to lose? Nothing. So I tried it, didn't have any problems. My stomach didn't give me any problems. I loved it. My energy went through the roof in the first week. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, this is amazing. Went to a lot of different meetings with it, met a bunch of people. Some of the people I already knew. I was like, oh, this is great. And really it helped me after that. I was able to get nutrition on the road, so I wasn't going to this gas station. I wasn't, I meal prepped, obviously, a certain amount of my meals every day. But this just helped fill in the gaps. But one of the bigger things, too, was I noticed my fitness really improving, and that was pretty huge because I've always been pretty fit, but really hitting plateaus. And all the women out there, we can probably come to a common ground on this, but so I was hitting plateaus, and I noticed those plateaus were being knocked away, and I wasn't having as much problem, keeping my weight down, and it was just an amazing experience. So overall, health-wise, my health was improving, and of course, just me being an entrepreneur and a business-minded person, I really looked into the aspect of the business side, and it's been amazing. I've been with Isogenics for about 3 years, and I've noticed everything from fitness, nutrition, energy, endurance, and then wealth creation. So it's been a really cool ride, and I chose Isogenics because it just fit with my life really well, and the products really are quite different than any other products I've tried, and they're amazing. So I'm excited to continue this, and I'm excited to let you guys see the solutions they have to offer too. So.
Well, thank you, Heidi. And so I'm kind of intertwined in that story throughout Heidi's experience too. And actually, I think the first time when I heard about Isagenix was through Heidi when we first started dating. And I wasn't I was pretty skeptical about it because I considered myself, I thought I knew what I was doing when it came to working out in the gym and my nutrition and supplement cycle and stuff like that. And that was something that I had always cared about all the way from as long back as I can remember, between sports and wrestling and whatnot. And then when I joined the Marine Corps, obviously we took on our physical fitness pretty seriously too, and that turned into a whole another hobby of just weightlifting. So I became one of those guys that cycled through all their supplements, and I would try something new like once every 6 months just to see what it does, and I would just kind of experiment on myself. And that's the thing that I loved the most about weightlifting in general, was the combination of training and nutrition, and to see what combination or what ratio of what calories or nutrition or even my exercise schedule and whatnot too. It's to see if I made tweaks to parts of that, what types of gains that I would see and how fast or how slow that it would take. So that's what always kind of drew me into bodybuilding, or I guess fitness in general. And when I met Heidi, I was like, oh, okay, cool. At least this chick knows about nutrition, kind of. And I was always skeptical, like I said, because I didn't fully understand the whole wealth creation model and everything else that went into Isagenix, and how Heidi was making money off of it too. Heidi was she was getting her products paid for, and I was like, how is this possible? So I was in and out of the country over the time that we were together, and I was never really let myself commit fully to Isagenix, even though I was one of those closet users. Like, I was still working out back at home, and even when I was overseas too, I got Isagenix for a couple months there when I was overseas. And I was kind of a closet user. Like, I didn't really tell anybody about it because I was still kind of considering it like my testing phases. Even though I already, like, from the first time that like Heidi said too, like from that first 2 weeks that I had it, I knew there was a noticeable difference, but I was like, that's too quick. I was like, I was too skeptical. And what I finally realized too, like, as I continued to educate myself and meet more people in the Isagenix family that put me in contact with their formulators, and like, I actually got to meet one of the formulators for the products too. And he took my questions very seriously and answered all of them too. And one of my main concerns was back when with like Muscle Farm and Optimum and all those other nutrition or those supplementation companies that got caught with either inflating their protein numbers or putting all that filler stuff into their proteins. I even with like casein, how the fact that casein is just a byproduct, and somehow they still charge like $50 for a 5-pound tub of that stuff. And all that type of knowledge that I've been gaining just from the Isagenix community is something that I was looking forward to. So anyways, when I got back home from my last job in Afghanistan about this time last year, I finally decided not only to start my own business with firearms training with Atlas Defense, but also I decided to commit to Isagenix too, because